Today we're going to be doing my monthly walkthrough and we're going to be having a look at what's been going on, and it's going to be a really exciting one today because we are now in summer here in the UK and everything is really popping off. So I have lots of exciting new things to show you. So yeah, let's get stuck in and have a look. So I'm starting off with my tradescantia nanook, and this one really does continue to just grow like crazy. It really is huge now. This was just a really small plant when I got it, and yeah, it seems to love this spot in the window too because it gets some good filtered bright and direct light here. But yeah, it's doing really well. It's actually still flowering. It's been flowering a while, and it's even starting to branch out too on its own. I haven't really done any pruning on this one apart from taking off the dead flowers, but yeah, it seems to be branching out a bit, which is really nice. And then over here, where shall we start? I think we'll start with this one. This is the epipremnum pinnatum marble, and I haven't had this one for very long. I bought this one very recently from Grow Tropicals and it's doing really well. I do really want to give this something to climb, as I would like it to be a climbing plant because it will get more fenestrations that way, but I just love the variegation in this. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But I have actually had this one on my wish list for quite some time, so I'm really glad to finally get this one in my collection. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it in its current state at the moment, not trying not to think too much of where I want it to go, just trying to kind of enjoy it where it is now. And I think it's really pretty. It's kind of got similar variegation to the epipremnum Orium Marble Queen, but this one has longer leaves and it does fenestrate as well. And then this is my philodendron Florida Green. And yeah, it's starting to climb its pole now. You can see here we've got a new leaf coming in here and another one here. So it's really nice to see it climbing its pole. I'm looking forward to seeing it get bigger. This is another one that I got from Grow Tropicals and I just love this plant. It's one of my favorites. It's really easy going, and yeah, to get to watch it grow is going to be really nice. I really do love watching this one grow, and it's one of those plants that has really unique shaped leaves too, so it definitely stands out in the collection. And then next to it is another of my favourite philodendrons. This is Philodendron Hoso Bruno, and yeah, look how big this leaf here is. It's huge, and I just love how every leaf on this one comes out differently. It's so beautiful, and it's a really fast growing philodendron too. You can see there's a new leaf coming out here, and yeah, I can't wait to see what it will look like when it comes out. I just love watching this one grow. The variegation is always really, really different, and yeah, this one is getting a lot of progress this year. It's really growing well. And as you can see, each leaf is just completely unique. And I just really love that about this plant. It's definitely one of my favorites at the moment, for sure. If you're looking for a really easy variegated plant, definitely get one of these because I'd say it's probably in the top of my favorites at the moment in my collection, for sure, definitely. The good thing is the white patches eventually go green too, so that it doesn't suffer with that crisping. Another plant that I'm absolutely loving is my syngonium albo, and I wanted to show you this one because look at these new leaves that it's currently putting out. It's putting out some really beautiful variegated leaves at the moment. We have now gone into summer, so the light is much higher, so that may be why, but they are just absolutely beautiful. Again, with this one, each one is different. I did recently repot this one, so it has got a little bit more room to grow now. It's quite a fast grower, this one. And yeah, mine is obviously still a baby, but it's grown quite a bit already so far this growing season. And yeah, it's really nice and healthy. And it just keeps putting out all of these unique leaves, and I'm really enjoying growing this one. It's really satisfying to grow and seeing all the different variegation that comes out, and it's a really easy care plant as well. Um, Again, I'd probably put this in my top favorites list for sure. It's it's one of my favorite plants, and I think it is really beautiful, especially at the moment in summer. And then this is my Monstera adansonii mint, and this one continues to really flourish. And it's definitely getting to the point soon where I need to put it on something as support, because Monstera adansonii tend to grow much better if you give them support. The leaves are actually sizing up really nicely at the moment, even without support, but I do want to give it that support so it can continue to kind of size up. But yeah, I just love this one. It's such a healthy plant. It's so easygoing, and I love the minty variegation. It's growing really fast, and yeah, considering that these were propagations, I think they're doing really well and looking really lush and healthy. And yeah, I'm really happy. It really is probably, I keep saying this, but it's definitely another one of my favorites. And then over here on my shelf, I have my epipremnum enjoy, and this is another one I just absolutely love. It's growing so well, and it has this beautiful variegation in it, but I also just love the leaves in this one. They come out kind of a bit wonky, and I really like that about this plant. And this one's actually growing much faster than I thought it would, considering it's a variegated plant. But I mean, just look at it. It's so healthy looking. It's so beautiful. I just really love this one, and I think it's maybe quite underrated too. I'm definitely a fan. Um, just look at the white of those leaves, and I haven't really noticed all that much browning of the leaves. I suppose that might be due to the fact that it has quite a good chunk of green in it, so that's kind of keeping the leaves going. But yeah, I really love this one. And then another plant over here that's growing really well is my peperomia hope, and it really is starting to vine out now. It's one of my easiest growers for sure, and I love watching this one grow. This was also just a load of tiny little baby plants, and yeah, this is what it's turning into. This is my first year with this one, so you can see that it's not a huge plant yet, but it's definitely grown so much since I've got it, and yeah, I just really love this one. It just keeps growing, lots of new leaves, and yeah, it's kind of weird looking too, which I like. I like the way it's growing, its growth pattern is kind of quite fun with those long sort of tendrils that it puts out. And then next to it, this is my Hoya linearis. This is a very recent purchase. I haven't had this one long at all, but I absolutely love it. It's a really lovely hanging plant, and yeah, I'm in love with it. Really glad that I got it. I didn't actually used to like this one for some reason, and like a lot of people that start out not liking Hoyas, I now love them. I'm not really sure why that seems to be the process, but it seems to be the process. But yeah, I love this one. I think it's really cool. And another one that I also love is this one, Peperomia prostrata, otherwise known as string of turtles. And this is another one that was just tiny little tots in a pot, but look how well it's growing. Every time I show you this one, it has grown so much, and I just really enjoy growing this one, watching those little turtles come out. They kind of start out small and then they get bigger. But yeah, this is one of my favorite peperomias, and it's really fun to grow. Very easy as well. And it's just one of those plants that I just really enjoy having. Seems like a fast grower, and I'm always a fan of a fast grower. And then another plant that I am absolutely loving right now, this is my philodendron atipapoense, and you can see it kind of peeking through here. It's got that beautiful silvery colour, and it didn't have that many leaves when I got it. It was a fairly small plant, so now that it's starting to grow, and it's getting more leaves. It's got more of a presence, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it seems quite happy here, and it's not the fastest grower in the world, but I'm okay with that. It's definitely one of my favorite philodendrons, though. I love silvery colored plants, and I just absolutely love this one. I like how it looks with the other types of plants too. And then here is my string of hearts. This is another one that just continues to grow like crazy. It's touching the floor now with its vines, and yeah, I've been finding it really easy and a really fast grower. I don't really do an awful lot to this one, apart from make sure I let it dry out. But it's just getting really unruly now, and I don't think I'm going to do anything about that. I think I'm just going to let it become unruly, just let it grow and see what happens. But yeah, it's a really fun plant, and yeah, it's definitely surprised me. And then nestled over here is one of my new aglaonemas. I think this is Aglaonema pastella. I'm not sure, but it's definitely an aglaonema. And yeah, this one's fairly new, so it hasn't obviously done anything yet. I've only had it a few days, but I'm loving it nonetheless. I do love aglaonemas. And then here I have a Dischidia Oyantha variegata, and Dischidias are actually related to Hoyas. They're in the same family, and yeah, this one's really beautiful. It's very delicate. You have to be careful with it. I haven't had this one long either, but it is growing. It's not the fastest grower in the world, and to be fair, it is still settling in, so I wouldn't expect it to be. But it's already a fairly nice full plant anyway, so yeah, I just love this one. It's another of my favorites. I know I keep saying that, but for me, it's growing really nicely, and I'm very happy with it. I definitely want to get more Dischidias in my collection. Then over here, let's go over to my philodendron bilietiae, and yeah, this one's doing really well as well. I did actually plant several plants, sorry, in this pot. And you can see they're starting to put out some new leaves now, which is really fun. This was kind of like a combo pot of different plants that I had, and yeah, there was a bit of root rot with one of them, and now they've all kind of recovered together, and I think they're looking quite nice, and we're going to be seeing some new leaves coming in soon, so I'm really excited to see those come out. I hope they come out soon, but I have to be patient. This is definitely one of my favourite philodendrons, easily. And then this is my string of pearls. Absolutely love this one. Again, this is sort of a medium grower for me. I wouldn't say it was the fastest, but it's also not the slowest. It seems pretty happy. I just make sure it gets good bright and direct light. And yeah, I water it when it's nearly dry. It seems happy with that. But yeah, I love this one. Another one that I didn't used to like, and I have no idea why, because I absolutely love it now, to be honest with you. And then over here is one of my favourite, well, I say one of my favourite snake plants. I think it actually is my favourite snake plant because it's just so gentle on the eye. This is the Dracaena Moonshine, and it's just got this beautiful kind of shimmer to it, and I really like it. And then this is my epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue. I recently repotted this one because it was really root bound. I mean, the roots were insane, so it now has a bit more room to grow. And you can see the new leaves, they aren't really fenestrating very much at the moment. I did chop this one back at the beginning of spring, but that's okay. I'm happy for it to just do whatever it does. Nature does its thing, and these leaves that aren't fenestrated, personally, I still think they're beautiful, as well as the fenestrated ones. So I'm not really attached to whether it fenestrates or not. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I really love the silvery blue colour of this one. Again, it's something that really brings me joy. And then next to it, in contrast, we have the Syngonium white butterfly. I forgot its name for a minute there. This is a plant that I've had for quite some time. Last year I put it on a pole and you can see it's growing really nice and healthy. It is going quite wild, and it's actually got to the top of its pole now. Well, at least one of the vines has, so I may need to give it an extension soon. But the internodal spacing on this plant is fairly tight, so it doesn't tend to need a pole extension that often, even though it's a fast grower. But you can see how many new leaves it has. I mean, I've lost count of how many plants are in this pot now. Not only have I planted propagations in here, it's also just spontaneously sent out loads of babies over the years too. So it's got very big and full, and I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favourite plants. One of the plants that I've had the longest. It hasn't actually started maturing yet, but I'm assuming that will happen eventually. Again, I don't really mind if it does or doesn't. Um, I'm not attached to an outcome, so whatever it does, it does. And yeah, I love it. And then another one of my favorites is the epipremnum aureum neon. I just love this one. Look at this new leaf here growing on this vine. This is one of the shorter vines that has started to grow down. Such a beautiful vine, that one. Each leaf is just beautiful. I love how you get those little dark bits on the edge. And then, of course, some of the vines are getting quite long now. And yeah, they'll probably be touching the floor soon. But I'm just leaving this one to get wild again. I do like just growing my plants fairly wild. I mean, now and again, it's nice to give them a trim or whatever, propagate them a bit, but I do like a wild plant, I have to say. And this one is definitely one of my favourites. It's such an easy grower, and I should probably check it for repotting at some point to see if it needs a bigger pot. But it hasn't slowed down at all, and yeah, I just really love the fresh colour of this one. It's beautiful. And then over here I have my Ripsalis bolivianum. I do believe this one needs a repot because it's slowed down on its growth a little bit. It's drying out very quickly. It is still growing, as you can see. It does have new growth coming out, but it has slowed down a little bit, and I think it needs a repot. So it's next on my repot list. I have a few that need to be sorted out, but yeah, I love this plant. It's another one that's really easy and another of my favourites, I have to say. And then over here I have my Ficus alii. One of you commented recently that you couldn't keep your eyes off that tree behind me, and I think this is the plant you were talking about. And yeah, it is kind of a tree at this point. Yeah, this is a type of rubber plant, but this one's got kind of long leaves, and I think it's really pretty. It's yeah, a little bit different with those sort of long leaves, and I have actually recently added another stake to this one to keep it up a bit because it was getting a little bit leany. It does tend to get heavy, and I think it might be leaning again now. Maybe it needs another bamboo stick. Possibly it does, but yeah, it's doing pretty well at the moment. This is a new aglaonema, Aglaonema aqua green. I've literally had this maybe 2 days or something, not very long. So yeah, it hasn't obviously done anything yet, but it is an aglaonema, and generally they tend to be easy. Generally they don't tend to be the fastest growers, I don't think, but I just thought this one was beautiful with the kind of tones it has in its leaves. It's very gentle on the eye and yeah, very chilled. And then another aglaonema I have here, this is the Silver Bay, and I've had this one a bit longer. It's a slightly bigger plant. It's actually been growing really well this season. You can see there's a new leaf coming in, and I like how they look a bit rolled up like this when they first come out. It's kind of neat. But yeah, this one had a load of flowers that I chopped off so that it could concentrate on making foliage because I'm not interested in the flowers. But this is one of the most stunning aglaonemas. It's one of the most common too, really common. Very easy to get hold of and not expensive. But I think it's one of the nicest. And, you know, I am a sucker for that silvery colour. And then this is my monstera Ansonii, and I've been letting one of the vines here grow downwards to try and fill in that space down there. I thought that was a kind of a good solution without me having to chop it. So yeah, I've been trying to encourage one of the vines to grow down a little bit, and then the others are growing upwards. So hopefully that'll fill out its bottom a bit, but it's getting some lovely large leaves at the top here. It's really growing very fast and putting out many new leaves. So yeah, I'm happy that it's recovering a bit because it had a bit of a bad winter and it was left looking a little sparse. So this is one of my new Hoyas. This is Hoya. Which one's this? I think it's Crimson Princess. I think that's right. But I haven't had this one very long either. And yeah, it's just putting out loads of peduncles, and hopefully they'll soon grow some leaves. But I'm only just now getting into Hoyas, so just starting my little collection. And then this is the Hoya Flamingo. I bought this one from a garden centre actually, and unfortunately it is putting out just these pink leaves which will just turn white and they tend to drop off. So I'm praying for some leaves with more green in there next. Fingers crossed. And then here we have Hoya carnosa tricolour. I absolutely love this one. I love how the variegation is on the centre of the leaves. This is another one that I got from Grow Tropicals, and this is probably my favourite Hoya at the moment, I would have to say. I know it's one of the most common, but I think it's really pretty and I love it. So yeah, really enjoying my kind of journey into Hoyas at the moment. I only have a few, but I love the ones that I have, and I think this one's absolutely stunning. I love the red stems that it has also. And then this is another one. This is Hoya croniana Splash, or Super Silver, I think it's called actually. Hoya croniana Super Silver, something like that. But yeah, loving this one too. It has that, of course, silvery leaves that I love. I love any plant with silver leaves, and I really love the shape of these ones too. I'm looking forward to seeing this one grow and get bigger leaves for sure. And then this is a little success story. It's still in progress, of course, but this is my syngonium mojito that I chopped. I gave it a really extreme chop, and it's now starting to grow back. These are all the new leaves that are coming out. And yeah, I'm just so happy to see it coming back. It's starting to look full again. I'm starting to get loads and loads of new leaves, and they are variegated too, the new leaves I'm getting. Look at that one there. They're all coming out different too. Some of them are a bit of a kind of a squiffy shape, like this one here is a bit weird. And some of them are a little bit more elongated. They all have really different variegation to them. And I've also put in a load of cuttings that I took too. So we have so many plants now in this pot. So my dream of having a really full syngonium mojito is getting closer. And just look at that little leaf there as well. Yeah, I'm loving how this one's coming on, and it's a bit of a project for me. So because of that, it's all the more satisfying because I'm getting to watch it grow back. They all seem to be just coming out at once, and it's really made the plant a lot more full than it was. So yeah, it's only going to get better as it puts out leaf after leaf, and eventually it will get to the top of this pole and I'll be able to put an extension on, and hopefully, as I say, eventually get that massive syngonium mojito that I've been aiming for. But I'm really glad I chopped it back. I almost regretted it a bit, but it's actually worked out to be okay. It was the right decision, I think, to restart this plant as it's really starting to bounce back now. Look at this leaf here. You can see how it's starting to lobe out a bit more on this one. Really interesting how each leaf is completely different. I really love watching it grow because of that. The shape, the colour, they're always different. And yeah, it's just impossible for me not to love this plant. I know some of you were saying you struggled with yours reverting a bit. I don't seem to be having that problem. I'm not really sure why, to be honest. it may just be that I got lucky. I don't think I'm doing anything special. And then over here, this is my umbrella plant, and it's putting out lots of new babies, and it's branching out as well. It's got loads of branches coming out. It seems to be just spontaneously branching. I think it might be root bound again, and I need to check, but it's going to need a really huge pot because it's already got a fairly large one. But I should probably check that soon, but it is growing well. And then this is my little tradescantia montana, the little fuzzy one. It's grown loads, as you can see. I wasn't sure if this one was going to take off, but it is just really, really going for it now. And yeah, it's a fun one to grow this. It's nice and fuzzy, and now that it's got going, it seems to be thriving. It definitely doesn't like to be in direct sun, this one. It likes indirect light for sure. Then over here, this is my Thermatophyllum sprucianum. This one's been having a few issues, to be honest. It did have thrips, and I think I've got rid of the thrips, but now that the thrips are gone, I've got all this new growth that's coming out here, but the existing leaves just seem to be dying off one by one, and I'm not really sure why. I think maybe I ought to take it out of the pot and check if there's any root rot going on. But it does seem to be growing back, so that's good news. And then this is my little pot of propagations, Cebu Blue propagations, and they're growing so lush. I'm actually considering I might put this into the pot that I have with my climbing Cebu Blue because it will help to fill out any bare spaces at the bottom. So I am considering maybe doing that, but it also looks really nice as a hanging plant, so it's kind of a tricky decision. And then this is my alocasia stingray. I absolutely love this alocasia. It's growing loads. It's just put out a new leaf here, as you can see. This was the previous one it put out. Just look how fun the shapes are with this one. It's impossible not to love this one for me. It's just such a fun shape. And I just love watching the leaves kind of unfurl. And this is the newest one here. And it's absolutely perfect. But yeah, what plant can you find with such odd shaped leaves? This is one of the weirdest, and I just love it. Another alocasia I have in here, this is my alocasia zebrina, doing really well here. It's growing quite tall, and here is a new leaf that it's putting out at the moment, which is really fun. And yeah, it seems to be doing okay here. It's definitely getting quite large now. Alocasias can grow large eventually. And then over here is my Dischidia platyphylla, and it's actually putting out some nice flowers at the moment. There's a few of these all over, but it's also growing really well. Look at all these little new growth points coming out here. It's so cool to see them. They kind of come out small and then they expand. And yeah, I love this one. It's growing really well. It's a fairly, I wouldn't say fast grower, but considering it's related to Hoya, I'd say it's a medium grower, and I have to say I really do love this one. It's very weird, and I do enjoy weird plants that are a little bit different. The kind of curled up leaves really do appeal to me with this one. And then this is my epipremnum aureum marble queen. And I did get this one back on a pole. I had it off a pole for a while because it had some problems I had to deal with, but it's now back on a pole and it's growing beautifully. Just look at this gorgeous variegation it's putting out on these new leaves. It does have a pretty big pole to climb here, so that should keep it going for a while. But this new variegation, it just blown me away how beautiful it is. It really is stunning. And again, each one is beautifully different as well, which is lovely. And yeah, this is another one that I just love watching grow. There's always a new leaf coming on this one, well, several new leaves. And it's just lovely to watch it growing and watch it starting to climb that pole and getting bigger and bigger. It has some of the most beautiful variegation I've seen on a plant. And yeah, very easy to care for too, of course, with it being an epipremnum. And I'm really looking forward to it growing to the top of this pole. I don't know whether it will make it by the end of this season, but certainly maybe next year. But yeah, Absolutely love this one. It really is stunning. And then over here I have my bird of paradise next to my yucca. Bird of paradise needs a repot for sure because it stopped growing, so I need to get on that. And then over here is my yucca, and this one is in recovery from the thrips. You can see the damage on some of the newer leaves. Unfortunately, I am kind of fighting a losing battle here because it's right next to the window, and you get a lot of thrips just coming in. From outside. It's just one of those things that happens. So I've just been keeping on top of spraying it down. This is another plant that keeps getting them because it's near the window. These two top leaves here, this is a rubber plant, by the way. These two top leaves seem to be sticking up, and I'm not really sure why they're doing that, but they are. Very weird. Yeah, that one's the Ficus Belize ruby in there with the pinky tones. Those leaves just want to stand up. I don't know why. And then next to it, I have this Ficus robusta. Look at that there. That's where the thrips were kind of rolled up in the new leaves when they came out. But you can see the newest leaves are looking okay because I've been keeping on top of it. But yeah, sometimes they get in the new leaves, and there's not really enough anything I can do about that until the leaf comes out, really. But yeah, another plant that's right next to the window is my Thamatophyllum bipinnatifidum, and again, I keep thinking I'm on top of the thrips, and then I'll see like maybe one juvenile thrip, which I don't spray it or anything with pesticide. If I just see one or two, I keep that to a minimum. I will just take it into the shower and spray it down. And yes, it is very difficult to get this plant in the shower, but I do it. And yeah, it's getting quite big now. It's growing really nicely, even with the problems it's had with thrips. But I'd say that I've got good control of the thrips now. I wouldn't say they've gone completely, but I've got pretty good control of them, and that's all you can ask for, really, especially when you stick your plants next to a window like this. The thrips are always coming in anyway, so it's just one of those things that we have to deal with, but it's still looking really nice, and you can see that it's put out loads of new growth as well. And then another plant in this room that had thrips, and hopefully it doesn't have them anymore, I don't know, but this is my pink syngonium. I did actually recently give this one a pole to climb, as you can see, and it will take a while to get to the top of that pole because pink syngoniums have really, really tight internodal spacing, so they don't necessarily get to the top of their poles very quickly. But I wanted to get it in there at this stage because it is starting to get quite unruly, and it's got quite a lot of leaves kind of splaying all over the place. So I've just brought it down here to show you a bit better. You can see how the leaves on this one, they come out a pinky color like this, and then they will eventually then fade out into a greeny color on this specific variety. I'm not entirely sure which variety this is. It may be the neon robusta, I don't know, but it does come out with these lovely pink leaves, and then they do fade out eventually to a greeny color. And yeah, I do like this plant, but yeah, it is very pest prone. They do seem to like this one quite a bit, but hopefully it's worth it. So yeah, it is a beautiful plant. Very messy though. And then over here, this is my poor little rip-rat cactus. Very sadly, this one has needed a repot for ages, and I just keep forgetting it exists. I'm so sorry to this plant. I'm actually going to make myself do it tomorrow. I've put this plant in the kitchen where I will see it, and it will get its repot. But yeah, I just keep forgetting about it, and it's needed a repot for so long now. So I will do that soon. And then over here in this little fish pot, I have a propagation of my syngonium white butterfly, and I took this because this is a bit of an awkward pot. I needed a kind of a plant to go in it, and I figured this one would fit it quite well. So yeah, this is just over here as an extra little plant, really, that I made myself to yeah, brighten up the bedroom here. And yeah, I love it. And then on my kitchen windowsill here, we have a few things. This is a load of jade plants. I potted all my jade plants up together in this pot to make a big full one. So I have variegated one and the regular one in there, and they're all in together now, and I quite like that. And then over here, this is my purple passion plant. It loves being here in the window. You do have to keep up with watering though, because it will dry out quickly and it needs water, otherwise it gets crispy tips. But if you keep up with the watering, look how fast it's growing. It's getting really tall now. I love this one. It really is a sun lover, this one. And yeah, it just provides a lovely splash of purple. And then next to it is my Peperomia obtusifolia variegated, and this one also loves it here. It's very thirsty at the moment too. It really does love it here though in the sun, and is growing fairly fast considering it's a variegated plant. And then next to it I have my Tradescantia pallida, purple heart. This one is another one that's growing super fast. Also seems to really love it here in this window. And yeah, another bit of a splash of purple, but more of a darker purple this time. But it's getting taller and taller every day. And then next to it is another Tradescantia Violet Hill, and this one is already needing another repot. I've just repotted it not long ago. It constantly needs repotting and it grows so fast. And then next to it I have Peperomia obtusifolia. This is the green version, and this one grows much faster than the variegated version. And you can see it has these beautiful big glossy green leaves, and yeah, this one absolutely loves it here in this lovely sunny spot as well. It grows very fast, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. I do love it. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Do let me know in the comments what you thought the highlights were, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Take care.